Boys and girls, are you having some trouble with these subtraction facts? If so, tune in. If not, you can leave this video. So here, I want to talk to you a little bit more about subtraction facts and some things that I do when I'm trying to solve facts. Some things that help me make it a little easier. So, one thing I want to explain is that I have a little whiteboard. So, when solving subtraction facts, if the two numbers are pretty close together, then sometimes it makes sense to start at the bottom number and count up and count on until you get to the top number. So for example, these -6 facts, touch counting backwards 6 times is a lot of counting. Sometimes it's easier just to count up. So for example, if I have, let's say I have 11 minus 6. Now 11 and 6 aren't that far apart. So instead of saying 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, I could start at the 6 and say 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 5 fingers. So if you start with the bottom number, then you can count up until you get to the top number and stop there using your fingers. I know, it's weird. I'm telling you to use your fingers, but the fist method can work sometimes because touch counting can sometimes feel like a lot more work when it's numbers where you're having to touch spots multiple times. So, if you start at the top, you're counting backward. If you start at the bottom, you're counting forward till you get to the top. Here's my eraser. Let's show you another. So, if we had 9 minus 6, those numbers are pretty close together. I could start at the bottom and say 6. I'm going to stop when I get to 9. 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 3. See, that might be easier than starting at the top and counting back 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Having to count back 6 times kind of takes a while. But if these two numbers are pretty close together, it might make sense to count on towards the top. So another one. 12 minus 6. Well, the first thing you might do is say, oh, I know that 6 is a doubles fact of 12. 6 plus 6 equals 12. And put the 6 there. But another thing you could do, start at the 6 and say 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So if I have 5 plus 1 fingers, that's 6. The answer would be smack dab in the middle. If you counted backwards 6 times, it would both bring you to 6. Both ways would make sense because it's the same distance. So this could work for any number you're subtracting. Like if you had 7 minus 5, touch counting backward by 5 is pretty easy. But if you wanted to make it quicker, you could start with 5 and say 5, 6, 7. That's 2. Or if you had 7 minus 4, you could start with 4 and say 4, 5, 6, 7. That was 3 fingers I held up. 3. So that's just another way to think about facts. I'll show you in the first line of the fact page as I go through which ones I would count back and which ones I would like touch count for and which ones I would count on from. So take a look. So I'm on 91A. And here we are. So 8 and 6 are close to each other. So I would start at 6 and I would say 6, 7, 8. That's 2. Because you can always check yourself by saying 6 plus 2 equals 8. Check. 6, 7, 8. 14 minus 6. Those aren't that close to each other, so I think I'll touch count backwards. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. 12 and 6. Oh, we just talked about this one. 6 is a doubles fact of 12, so 6 plus 6 equals 12. 6 minus 6, oh, that's 0. If you take the same number away, it's always 0. 11 minus 6. Those are kind of close to each other. I think I'll start at 6 and count up. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 5. Let's go to the next row. 11 minus 6. I think, are they close enough to count like that? I think I'm going to count backwards. They're kind of far away. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. And I know 7 plus 6 equals 13. Check. 9 and 6 are pretty close together. I'm going to start at 6. I'm going to say 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 3. 6 plus 3 equals 9. Check. 7 and 6 are so close together. Let's start at 6 and we'll say 6, 7. That's 1. 15 minus 6. Those are pretty far apart, so I'm going to count backwards. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. 9 plus 6 equals 15. Then we have 10 minus 6. First of all, I know my sums of 10 facts. 6 plus what equals 10. You should know that. But if you don't know it off the top of your head, 6 and 10 are pretty close together. I think I'll start at 6 and I'll say 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh yeah, that's 4. 6 plus 4 equals 10. So I'm not going to do the whole page for you because I want you to try some on your own. But remember, if the top two numbers are pretty close together, it might make sense to touch count, to start at the bottom number and count on till you get to the top number because they're closer together. But if they're far apart, then it might make sense to touch count backwards. I hope this was helpful for you, and if not, then let me know and I can try to think of more ways to help you solve subtraction. Good luck!